Is this the third time? Fourth time. It's moving. And it goes frozen again. It just goes frozen. That's so bizarre. So bizarre. Mm. Let's see what happens here.
Hey,
Hey, I'm not sure if you can see on here because I am frozen and I don't know, like I can't see anything moving, no buttons. So it's very interesting to run across these random Facebook anomalies. I don't even know.
that's
Are you able to see?
yeah. I
Interesting.
yeah. This is a wonderful platform. I think we should do we should do this more often. this
Oh
is
my
this is
gosh.
entertainment.
It's quite exciting. I have no idea like what angle I'm coming in at. I don't know for sure if it's live or not live. Um, I don't know how to see if there's like people. It's absolute. I'm absolutely blinded on this side. Like, it shows there are people watching, but I have no way of proving this. Um, it's probably the most bizarre uh, experience I've had in terms of going live or doing anything. Of course, it's been a while since I've been live, but welcome.
Yeah, because if there's like nobody watching, is it real? Are we real if there's no observer?
I think
No,
that's
I
part
think
of.
you.
I
I
think that's
see
part
you.
of the.
You're animated. I'm.
Oh,
I.
good.
I think you're
I
alive.
I
Yeah.
think so. I'm gonna try to just set this up here and like hold it here and see if that works. And I know that there's going to be a bit of a delay in usually how this goes, but oh my gosh, we've been trying to do this for so long, so I'm really excited to have just these little snippets of conversations, these little pieces that we've talked about over the years, and always said we should record that, write that down. This is good stuff. So
It was
here we are.
gold. It was the answer. It was the keys to the doors. It was just if we would have recorded it. So yeah, I'm sure they'll all come back. I'm positive. I
I
have
think
I
it.
have I have faith.
I think it's going to. But you mentioned doors. You actually have a book called Doors that is on Amazon. I think that's the key too. all of the secrets of the universe right there. I mean, just hands down.
It's it is so coded. You can read it and not quite understand it, but on some level you will get something out of it. I guarantee it. And I think I put it down to like 10 cents or maybe it was free. I think you can get it for free. Yeah. I think I think I started at like $30 or something and thought it was really awesome. It's an interesting book, but it is more um not for everybody. But yeah, it was actually called Doors, and the idea was, there's a lot of um I've been in this metaphysical, quote unquote, spiritual themes of the unseen, themes of the unknown that should be known for many years, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm actually traveling most of the year, and I'm in Samoa right now, and I think it's interesting that every place has some truth that was hidden, and so the doors are the thing of one has to choose to walk through something. It's free will, and if someone is pushed through, that's not free will. And so, in the book, as in life, as in um, path work, one has to choose to enter through the door. Otherwise, perhaps the information that they get is not quite um, truthful.
It's interesting because the past few days I've been seeing uh, people's bodies light up. And I've been hearing, you're the key. Each of you are the key. And it's not in the shape of a key, but it was the entire body, the entire light system that we carry, that we hold, that is the key, is the resonance. And this morning, I was seeing each of us in this group that we do. I was seeing each of us lit up, and it's as if we could stand before a mountain, and that light creates a resonance with the land that surrounds us. Um, and the saying, "You can move mountains," was metaphorical in the sense that our light matches the light of everything around us, and it's with that resonance that we become a key that opens the mysteries to whether that be nature, the truth of who we are. Um, Changing the way we speak is working on uh, well, changing the way we speak, moving actually from words to more along the lines of telepathy. That's something we talk about often. But
Well, yeah,
yeah,
we all do it, whether we acknowledge it or not, whether we're actually conscious of it or not. We communicate without words constantly. I believe that was the original um, blueprint. And then I believe this is kind of, then I believe, like, in the beginning was the word, right? And so that was the word, that was the voicing of that creates a reality. It creates a matrix of sort, or the actual construct in which one then is placed.
architecture.
Architecture,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
walls, fences. Um, so either a fence is to keep something in, or what?
or keep something
Or
out.
to keep something out. Yeah, what do you want?
Or
Yeah,
what?
I'm not
What?
sure which one anymore.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. And one of the things I do realize is that we certainly keep ourselves in and out of our own things with our mind, with the constructs that we build, or the architecture that we build around who we think we are versus who we truly are. And I think this is like we've come upon a time where we're breaking out of the concepts of who we think we are, uh, getting out of the mind.
Well, actually, what is the mind in the first place? I'm not sure how many people anymore are really in their or in their minds even.
Mm.
So if they aren't in their minds, where are they in? That they're in their programs. So what's a program? It's a repetitive cycle that is implanted in the cells in the DNA in order to repeat or to be believe something or to do whatever it wants to do. It's a program, right?
Yeah.
That's not free will.
No, no,
So
it's not.
so if everybody's on, actually, yeah. I mean, they say they whoever they is, right? By 39, 90% of the people are in a rote cycle. Even that's a program. So even if something isn't implanted, which they do, one can create their own programs. And then that's their program that they run in. And then, so it's a self, what do you call it? You know, like those,
Self-fulfilling prophecies.
well,
We
it's self-built problem, but it's actually a self-written program.
Yes. Yeah. They don't need to program us anymore. It's already
Yeah.
been set. And so this goes into how time is constructed. The illusion of time is constructed. There are preset dates,
Illusion.
preset illusions. It's just incredible how do we get out of that? How does one bring themselves out of the cycle of sclerotic time?
I don't think
And
there is
how
getting out of it though, Chastity. Is there a getting out of it? Really? Because
well
what is one really getting out of and was one really in it?
this is what everybody talks about, right? And this is the
Yeah.
conundrum. So, and we can go round in circles and round in circles and round in circles about this, but this is what everybody wants to get out of the matrix. Everybody wants to get out of this reality. Get out to go where?
Yeah. Where the hell do they think they're going?
Get out to go where? And
I
you
don't
know, this illusion about the difference between the physical self, the soul self, the spirit self, the other selves, the practice selves, the avatar selves. There's so many different kinds of selves, and so many different realities and constructed. Gosh, it just time itself is constructed, is built, is created within these
yeah.
programs in self.
Of course, that that there's, as the way I see it, there's only a few truths with the capital
Capital.
T. Only a
Mm-hmm.
few.
Mm-hmm.
All the others are little truths, like I'm wearing a striped shirt. Is that true? In this moment, is that true? Am I wearing a striped shirt? Are
It
we?
looks
Do
like
we have an agreement? Do we have a cultural agreement that we're agreeing with our words and thoughts that this is? But tomorrow or in the next moment, I may have free will to choose a blue shirt. That's also true. So how can both things be true? They aren't. The little true at the moment. But
built
so
realities.
right. So whatever one wants to choose to experience, whatever construct they want to experience it in, there's no wrong or right or indifference. There's just what is, and once
Mhm.
one learns how to travel through those by arranging their frequencies, by
Mhm.
by by phasing, right? Because there's nothing solid either. That's an illusion. Everything's
Mhm.
vibrating. No, there's no distance between us. That's an illusion. So
Yeah,
these are programs, very smart, very intelligent,
intelligent.
awesome learning ways that the spirit and the soul learns through. And I think, if I look at it that way, does it really matter really if something is a construct if I know it is, and then where am I going from there is wherever I choose to go. But if I choose to go, then I choose to go somewhere, then I've collapsed the wave function and I zeroed in on something that, who selected that? Was it the ego Joel? Was it the spirit Joel? Was it the soul Joel? Where did that
Like,
decision come from that zeroed in on some place that's, perhaps there's better places that would have better served me. Not better
mhm,
in good or bad, but better in ways um, that would expand my actual consciousness of the whole body, the
mhm,
spirit, the soul. Um,
mhm.
you know, personality self. I think is re remembered, but it pretty much drops off after this lifetime. It's still there, but it's not. But it's not. So
I
this is the
find
only Joel.
this
This
is the
is the
only
only
one we
Joel you'll ever get.
in this
So
world. In this
in
world.
this in this now in this now moment, this is it. So
Joel in the
sorry,
striped shirt in this moment.
Joel in the striped shirt in this moment.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We can go on and on about all of this. Hi, Rick. Well, Mark, that's our friend Mark from France.
Oh,
We had a
we
beautiful
had
trip to
such a.
France. Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Mark, if you're ever want to go to south of France and over by the Toulouse area and Rene, yeah,
Rennes la Chateau.
Ren.
Rennes la
I
Chateau.
slaughter the French language. This is 6 years of French. Je m'appelle Joël. Poem. I know apple. That's it.
Oh
I know.
gosh, when we were on the land, Rick, Mark, it's I know you're down here as Rick Mark, but we call him Mark. Where we're from, we call him Mark. He's our pal. Sweet little place to stay, and he took us to some beautiful dragon lines, some amazing energy. While I was there, Spirit was speaking to me in French, and I had to ask Mark to translate. I was like, "What does this mean? What does this word mean?" What? So it was really, really amazing. We're actually going to go back. We're going to go back, and I don't know when, but sometime soon in the foreseeable future. There was a
Well,
lot of. Go ahead.
you were thinking about doing a a I don't want to call it a pilgrimage. That's kind of bullshit. I'd call it a retreat because what are you retreating from? Are you going to
Hmm.
some? So I'm not sure what you would call it. A field
Is
trip?
it a?
Uh,
Yeah, it's a.
uh,
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. The language is so limited, but it is an expansion. It's a remembrance. Being able to remember the land, even if you hadn't walked the land. What I found profound is the memories that came through for myself were layers of the evolution of my soul's experience. I guess we could say different times that I've walked the earth, um, and it responds in kind, picking up belief systems even back from the time of the Cathars, having visual, audio experiences of times there that I experienced personally, but also what the land experienced. And it was interesting. Where did we go? We went to Montsegur. Montsegur? Is that how you say that? Speaking of
sure.
uh, chopping the language up. Um,
Mark's biting his tongue right now. It's like he's slaughtering his own language.
um, oh gosh, going up the mountain was interesting. It was very spiritual. Moving up the mountain, driving up the mountain, climbing up the mountain. It was it was profound in seeing even the change in. It was a spiritual expression of going up the mountain and then coming back down the mountain in terms of the layers of even spiritual beings and how they present to us in this form or as close as they can to the physical form versus connection to outside of these architectural confinements. Um, Gosh, he took us to some great places that felt very druidic, these beautiful rocks. And then we went up on some secret spots that turned out to be powerful dragon lines. Um, just amazing. Anyway, I miss it. I miss it. But it was
Well,
great
I think.
to bring home the
Sorry, go
sense
ahead.
of remembering being there. Go ahead.
Thank you. You ain't the boss of me.
I'm the
You go
boss.
ahead.
I am so the
You
boss of
go
you.
ahead.
Just
You go
it's your turn to speak.
ahead.
You're
No,
welcome. You're
yeah,
welcome to speak.
I agree. You speak much more eloquently about the climbing of the mountain and doing that's actually 100% true. Um, it's interesting. I mean, those every landmass, every place holds trauma, holds birth, holds death, holds whatever it has experienced. That's all held within the land. And actually, all beings upon that land, it holds the experience of those beings.
Mhm.
And truth be known, this isn't our first rodeo, right? So uh, the third mass extinction of humans, the fourth mass extinction, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, I would gander it's probably in the hundreds. And
I think
so,
that's fair.
and that's and that's humans. And
Hmm.
once again, it goes back to our previous discussion of which time and space and actually an actual construct, but within the actual Earth construct and the humans that were placed, right?
Hmm.
And throughout those times, what has fallen, what has risen, right? Can't forget the risen. People often forget the fallen. Oh, the fallen. Oh, everyone's fallen. Oh, they're trapped. But there's also the risen. So, they don't talk about the risen. Well, they talk about it every Easter, but
Every
that's
Easter,
something different.
there's
And
an
it's only
amazing
one man.
resurrection.
Oh, it was one risen, but everyone else has fallen. All the angels fallen. Not much has risen though. I don't
That
believe
go
that, but
that goes with when we look around. What are we seeing? What are we observing? Usually, we see heaviness and darkness first. We see all the bad things. We see the things that keep us or hold us in fear, in negative loops, and it's really challenging to get out. And for the mass of humanity, I would say it's been most challenging. But there's more good that surrounds us than there is not good. to, to to
well,
use this limited
yeah,
language, but
well, that that true, but one can live both two people can live in the same space and one can live in heaven, one can live in hell.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Same. So then we're actually talking about consciousness, right? We're talking
yeah.
about where one chooses to live and how. So how does one do that? It's their frequency.
Hmm.
Well, what is frequency? And a lot of people go, I don't know what frequency is. Well, they know, but how does that relate to the biofield? How does that relate to consciousness? How does that relate to the spirit and the soul? How are those things actually braided or actually synergized? Because one plus one doesn't equal two. One plus one equals three. How does that happen?
Right.
Right. So then then as one changes their frequency vibration, they see things differently, they feel differently, they hear differently, they speak differently. And people go,
Hmm.
well, what happened to him? What happened to her? She went off and found Jesus or found Muhammad or found dragons or found
Whatever it is
chameleons
they
or snakes, whatever,
and
whatever they find, they
yeah.
find.
And then we find ourselves shifting out of, speaking of phase shifting, we find ourselves shifting out of um, frequencies that just no longer resonate with us. And this is why we see family members disappear, or friends disappear. We see new people appear, new opportunities come into our world. As we shift our frequency, our reality drastically changes. You can always go back to any reality you want. You can go back to any frequency you choose. You're not stuck in any one, and that just takes some practice in connecting to the what capital T truth, or your actual knowing, and being able to hold that.
Yeah, well, I think the ancients, pre-religion, that's I believe where they wanted to be, or that's what they were at, and then they fall, and then they're trying to get back to something,
Mm,
but that to something is no longer there. And
mhm,
so it's like one can't carry what they can't hold. So if you can't hold the frequency of gratitude, you aren't going to carry that into the world. You
right.
can't carry that frequency through until one's acclimated to that. And so it's like the early religions, and then they were about how to get back home, get back to that base frequency that is our native frequency of love and compassion. And there's was other forces that wanted to keep people in fear. And then came the churches, and then there was even more fear, but people went there to achieve what they tried to achieve before. And
Mhm.
so then it just got worse and worse. So yeah, it's I'm not saying that religions are bad. I'm not saying that at all. However, I do feel that a what they were first meant to be, I believe, is not where they're at now. So,
Yeah.
and I can
Yeah.
say that because it's Monday here and not Sunday.
And that's Sunday
So
like it is here.
it's not. Nope, nope. I can say it here. So,
Well, I think that this is a little snippet, or a little bite about some of the things that we'll be discussing in the future. Uh, what is the future? So I think uh, we've opened up quite a few different topics, different roads or avenues to travel down. So, uh, Joel,
yeah,
um, you and I are going to be here. We're going to show up on Sundays. I suppose we'll nail down a time at some point. Um, but here we go. Maybe we'll pop in and be crazy and do it
yeah.
a whole nother day too sometimes.
Who
So
knows? Who knows?
who knows?
The unknown. Yeah, yeah. So this was fun. Thank you, Chastity.
Hmm. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Joel.
everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
You're
everybody that
very,
will
very
catch up
welcome.
with us later.
Popped in and out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
like seeing
was.
people pop in and out. It's like, oh crap, oh crap. What did I say? It's like the two people left after I said that. I'm like, oh.
Oh
Well,
my
Mark's still
goodness.
here though. I know Mark's
Well,
still here. He's not a quitter.
Mark is not. What
Mark's
was that?
not a quitter.
Wait, what was that song? What was that song that we were playing in the car all the time?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, it'll come to me. We'll have to remember it
It
next
was a good
time.
one.
Right, it's hysterical.
All right.
Anyway,
It was hysterical.
sending so much love. We'll catch up. Ciao.
Great. Great.